Hi guys, my name is Sean. I'm a houseplant enthusiast from Jakarta, Indonesia. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to propagate terrestrial philodendrons very effectively with almost 100% success, stress-free. But before that, I just want to quickly show you, I want to define for you what a terrestrial philodendron is. It's a philodendron that grows on the ground level and it grows horizontally, so it does not want to climb up a wall, does not need a mouse pole. And these include your, what is this? Philodendron mcdowell. This is the plowmanii. This is the plowmanii round form. This is also plowmanii, and then there's your gloriosum, and this is your philodendron mami. Really quickly about the care: bright indirect light, a little bit of direct sunlight is good for them actually. Aerite potting mix, they need something very fast draining. They can get overwatered very quickly. And then water them when it's bone dry. Do not let them sit in water. They don't like to be in soggy potting mix. The more light you give it, the more water you want to give it. Some of them are a little bit more pest prone, like your plowmanii. This is a little bit more spider mites prone. All of these heart-shaped leaf philodendrons in general are a little bit more pest prone than your regular, easier philodendrons. But yeah, this philodendron is not the hardest, but then the care is sometimes misunderstood. That's why. So go ahead and treat them with pesticide now and then, just systematically, just as a preventative. And I actually have separate species videos for these. If you want to watch specific care and propagation videos, feel free to watch those. Just type in their species ID in my channel and you will find them. But today we're going to show you a very different way that I've discovered, and let's get started. You see the leaf right here, you see that little sharp point there? I suspect that a leaf can actually come out of there, although I've never really tried. But yeah, this plant can actually get pretty bushy, so you can get a leaf from the node here, and then also from this nub here. Feel free to comment down below if you have experience with this or if I'm wrong. But yeah, this can actually get really bushy really fast. So, alright, so here's our, what do you call this, victim for today's video. But I did some work here already. As you can see, this is actually one philodendron plowmanii. Look at how beautiful this is. Oh my goodness. So it's growing two ways. Actually, it's growing this left and right. So I used to make a cut somewhere. I believe here. This is where I made the cut. So this plant is just branching out from there. This is why we have two multiple branches. So what I did was, actually, if you can see here, I actually made a cut here. This is a preview of what we're going to do. And look at all of these. There's actually many nodes here. And I actually have this overflowing to this pot here, so this is actually well rooted into this. Let me double check. Yeah, if I try to lift it, it will come along with the pot. So this is well rooted in here. And let me take this off actually. Yeah, this is mush. But something can grow out of this. There should be a growing eye somewhere. But yeah, what we're going to do today is we're going to cut sections without disturbing the plant. So we're not really kind of propagating, we're just cutting it in place. And then when we're done, I want to show you, it will look like this. So this is also plowmanii. Look at how pretty this is. Looks so nice from the front. This is the narrow form. And I've cut it up into pieces, but I left it to root in here. And look at all these babies that are, we're actually gonna take this apart later to show you what they look like. This is about 3 months of progress. So a little bit of spoiler of what will happen to this guy after we cut it up. But I'm gonna show you how I cut it up actually. Alright, so somewhere along the middle of each node over here, there will be a growing eye. As you can see, this is one. This is a little growing eye, as you can see. So what I want to do, actually this is very close to the top cutting, so I'm going to leave that alone. But if I cut it right here, this growing eye will actually activate and the plant will grow, continue to grow this way, but then this will push out new growth here. But this is too short of an internal, so I'm going to cut right below that growing eye. Right here. There. So this is ready to become its own plant at some point, if I can separate these. Okay. Okay, you know what? I have to unpot this. I'm going to have to. And it smells really good here, by the way. I love the smell of fresh cut philodendron. Yeah. So for this one, I'm actually going to rub a little bit of activated charcoal. This is to prevent or reduce incidence of rot. I'm gonna pot this up real quick. All right, so I actually potted this up. This would have been a lot easier if this whole plant was already creeping along one pot. Like in this case, as you can see here, it's already in one pot and just creeping along. So I can just make cut. But in this case, there's a little bit of a jump here. So this section here actually is not rooted directly into anything. So I may have to cut this. But yeah, the idea is you want to cut it at every node, right above this line here. Yeah, let me figure it out. Let me see if I can feel it. Yeah, there's the growing eye. That's the growing eye of this node. So you want to cut above that. This is what a single cutting would actually look like, actually. Imagine this already in the soil where if it was already growing in there, I just leave it alone. I don't even need to separate it. And I'll wait for a new growth to come out before I move it into its own pot. So this is just a way to propagate it that I really wanted to share with you today, to cut them horizontally. But maybe we'll see better later as we go further back. And then for this one, I want to look for, sometimes the growing eye is underneath. This one, the growing eye is actually up above here. See this little thing? So I want to cut right above that. Smells really nice. Okay. Oh, I cut some roots off actually by accident. Yeah, normally if this was still in the soil, I would just leave it alone and let it grow, but this needs some rescuing. I think this needs its own pot. So this is where it gets fun, and this is actually already rooted into the potting mix. So all I want to do is top this up with just a little bit of the potting mix from next door, from the pot before, and let it root into it. Now, but we want to get greedy, don't we? So what we're going to do here is we're going to make more cuts. Let me find a growing, I don't see any growing eye. Sometimes the growing eye is underneath. Sometimes it just is, but it'll find its way up. So I just want to make more cuts actually. And this may be just one. And this right here, this is actually a few nodes as well. So I want to give this a bit of potting medium here. So these roots here, you see, can actually root into the potting mix. So I'm not really disturbing it that much. So I'm going to cut, actually, let me find the growing eye of this node. Sometimes the growing eye doesn't appear yet when it's still a young shoot. Yeah, but that is actually very close. So I'm going to cut below that. This is actually not as easy as it looks. It's a intermediate. Oh my God, it immediately fell all over. But that's okay. We'll give it a support and it'll stand up. But this is still connected to the plant. It's still rooted in there. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I'm going to just stick this charcoal here. Now it's going to stand. Hopefully. Oh my gosh. Okay, stand still, little fella. You know what, I'm just gonna pot this up somewhere else because this is not going to stand on its own in here. And then this one, I'm just gonna do one more cut. There's actually a few more nodes down there, but I'm just only gonna do one more. And keep rubbing these. This works especially well when you don't have any more leaves, because leaves always die. All the leaves will not be here forever. And this is perfect for that. You just cut without the leaves, and then all these new growth will grow like that. Because all of these actually lost some leaves before this. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this alone. This is going to give me so many plants. You know what? I see another opportunity to cut here. So I may actually do that. Cut it right above. This time I can't really see the growing eye either, but I know there's more than 2 nodes down below. Just gonna cut it with my feeling. Just make sure that it's like the line where the 2 nodes meet. So you're not cutting in the middle of the node because you don't want to cut into your growing eye. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna give you guys an update on this. Yeah, this is gonna need its own pot. Actually, this can easily be the 2 plants. Now 1 actually, because this I cut too close to the growing eye here. See, that's a growing. This can actually survive. Usually it will grow into something, but then I'm going to rely on this instead. This is the apical bud. All right, so let me actually unpot this. This is actually 3 months work from before, And all of these actually sprouted something. Let me see how many plants I ended up with. And these have to be separated now because if not, it's too late to separate them later. And this is what each section would look like. Look at that. This is actually super nice propagation, super easy. This leaf is a little bit deformed, but the next leaf should be fine. Yeah, but this is what the cutting looked like. So nice. And this time I actually want to bury this a little bit deep like this, because I want the root from this cutting to, see this pink root here? I want it to be rooted in the soil, in the potting mix that I gave it next. So I've got 2 of these. Let me see, this one hasn't done anything yet. Let me check on it. There may not be an active growing eye on here. It is quite possible. Or I just need to give it more time. This is still firm. I'm gonna give this more time. Maybe something will grow out of it. Here, this is, oh my God, I'm getting bitten alive by mosquitoes. This is gonna be very difficult to separate. Hang on. Because the roots are kind of tangled together. Oh my God, I see so many mosquitoes running around. It just rained. So the mosquitoes are out. They're out for blood. Oh my goodness, they are everywhere. I'm gonna hurry up. Hurry up, they're biting my feet, my legs. Yeah. Okay. Not bad. I've got many plants out of this. This is a twinsy. So it's got like this main stem here that push out two separate things here. I don't know if I want to separate them, or you know what, I'm gonna keep this as my mother plant, even though I do have a mother plant already. So yeah, I'm gonna pot these up. I actually got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 plants out of this and 1 stump. So I do have the mother plant somewhere because this is not the top cutting. So yeah, this is one way that you can propagate them, I guess. I will give you guys an update on this one that we cut up to show you what it looks like, because it'll be interesting to see how many plants I end up with this method. So yeah, really quickly, so we've got this, and we've got this stump here that I'm going to pot up, and then we've got 2 of these. Let me raise the camera. Yeah, and we've got 2 pots of those. See ya, bye. Here's a 7 weeks update, and just to show you, these are all the same specimen, but this one's darker. This was actually grown back there, and it's in low light, and it's grown darker and narrower leaves. So plowmanii, they can actually adapt. Like, it's lost almost all the silvers if you look at that. But this one, grown in a little bit more light, has more silver, and some of them, this is grown in excellent light, has way more silver. Very interesting, this specimen. They can really mutate according to the environment very quickly. And then over here, this is so cute. So this is basically 2 vines. Look, it's put out a little baby vine here. See, that's where we made a cut, incision right here. And this one here, the back, look at that. This is so beautiful. This really makes my day. It's trying to reach down below. So what I'm gonna do is this is a broken terracotta pot. So I'm going to gently, I can't do it now with my hand, but I'm gonna tuck these roots in there, and I'm gonna fill it up with potting mix, and I'm gonna just let it root into that pot. And when the time comes, I'm just gonna cut it right here and let it become its own plant. Look at how beautiful the frill is on this one. So this method works on every terrestrial philodendrons, your gloriosums, your mcdowell, your passasanums, your mames. Look how long and beautiful this leaf is. Look at that little red dot here. Anyways, what we're here to see is, let me move this away. Oh, look at that. Sorry, I keep getting distracted how beautiful and rubbery the new cataphyll is. So this is from our propagation, and many leaves have sprouted, but not all the nodes have rooted. Maybe I need more time, but I am going to be traveling, so I wanted to film this update as soon as possible. But look at this new vine that came out from here, this new vine that came out from this one single node. I have a feeling that some of these that we cut up, they may be facing the wrong way. This one, look at that, it's actually facing down, but the leaf managed to find its way up on its own. So I'm going to unpot this really quickly just to see what it's like inside. This is going to be a challenge to separate. Damn, we've got one beautiful cutting here. And if you can see that. How nice, what a lovely family here. Look at that. Let me take this off. Some people say you should actually keep this dried sheath on, but I like to open it. But yeah, this is gorgeous. I'm gonna pot this up on its own. And by the way, I just noticed that some of my babies, the one that we unpotted or we separated it 2 months ago, they're overwatered. So there's some root rot happening. I need to get them out of the rain, repot them, and maybe bring them indoors for now. So there's another one. Sorry, I kicked the camera. There's another one here. Look at that. It's putting out a new leaf. Interesting. This one's a little bit more silver. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I've only found 3 plants out of this. I don't know what's happening with the rest of them. This one didn't seem to have any growing eye. Yeah, this doesn't have any node, I think. I don't see any node here. This is... yeah, I don't think this is gonna take off, but it did root. Or am I wrong? Hang on, let me see. I always like to give these guys the chance. I don't throw them away. I do see something here. This may be a growing eye. I give these guys a chance because not everybody sprout at the same time, you guys. Give them some time. You'll be surprised. There's one more here that didn't sprout. So I only got 3 plants out of this. I am disappointed. In my previous... there is a lot of root rot here actually. In my previous propagations, I did find a lot more babies. But I do need to keep these out of the rain, I think, or instruct my gardener to water them less, because I think they are actually a little bit overwatered, and just need to take these out actually. This potting mix is very old because I remember in my propagation I did reuse them. So time to give them fresh potting mix. But I'm not going to show you the process, I guess. So I hope that this is pretty well explained in this video, how you can propagate them. And you just keep letting them trail over the next pot and just cut them up in sections, and then you'll have lots of these babies. They're quite easy to propagate, I would say. But if you want a massive plant, because these guys can get really, really big, you definitely want to stop propagating and let them grow into massive, massive leaves. They're quite fast growers. It'll take them maybe 3 to 4 years to get enormous. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm at Botanist on Instagram. If you want to DM me on any questions regarding plant care and propagations, I'll try my best to get back to you. Meanwhile, do take care and stay safe. I will see you in the next video. Bye!